The next scenario that you may encounter with angles on circles or in circles is this case called the tangent-tangent angle. All right, so the tangent-tangent angle, remember, a tangent is a line that intersects the circle in exactly one location. So if I have a tangent and I construct a second tangent, all right, point of tangency right there, so that the vertex of this tangent-tangent scenario is outside. We already know how to handle a vertex out scenario. It's just a new type of angles. Now, sometimes this does pose a little bit of a problem, a little bit of a challenge, okay? So here's our angle that we're talking about. There's our tangent-tangent angle. If you notice, there are two arcs that it separates the circle into. This arc and this arc. Now, the one that is furthest away from the angle, we're going to refer to that as the big arc. And the one that's closest, we're going to refer to that as the small arc. And that's how we come up with the formula. It says the angle is equal to half big arc minus small arc, or 2 times the angle is equal to the big arc minus the small arc. A second thing to keep in mind is in a circle, there are 360 degrees. This is going to become very important for us to find one of those two missing arcs. Remember, we got to be able to define each of the arcs, the big arc, the small arc, in order to be able to do these problems. So let's take a look at our first example. I see a vertex out. This is a tangent-tangent scenario, and the question mark here I'm going to refer to as X. They want me to find that angle. When I look at the picture, I notice that I have the big arc. So I've got big, but now I need to find the little arc. This part right here. Okay? So to find little, or small, whatever you want to call it, what I'm going to do is take 360 and subtract 227 from that. I'm going to take 360, which will be all the way around the circle, and subtract 227. So let's see, 360 minus 227. That tells me that the other arc here is 133. I have to know these three pieces of information to be able to solve and find the missing piece. So here we go. I know that the angle is equal to half the arcs subtracted. So that would be 227 minus 133. Or X is equal to half 227 minus 133. Whoop, gives me 94. And half of 94, that would be 47. Okay? What about a scenario like this? So notice in this one, we were given the big arc. What if we're given, in the second scenario, the little arc? Not a problem again. So what I need to do is I need to identify what big is. So the big would be still 360, one time all the way around the circle, minus 130, which tells me the big arc is 230. There's the angle. The vertex is out. I'm going to call that X. I'm going to say in my equation that the angle X is equal to half of the arc subtracted. All right, so that's going to be big arc minus small arc, or X is equal to half of 100, or X is equal to 50. All right, now let's bring some more variable expressions in. Don't freak out when all of a sudden you notice that the variable expression got a little bit bigger. And if you're looking at the next example, we got variable expressions, it feels like everywhere. Okay, I still have to focus on knowing the pieces. Here's what I know. I know that the big arc here is 242. So I need to find this smaller arc down here first. The vertex is out. I'm going to subtract big arc minus small arc and take half of that. So to find the small here, I'm going to take 360 and subtract 242. That leaves me with 118, and that's my small arc. I'm now ready for the formula that says the angle 12x plus 2 equals half the arcs subtracted. So 242 minus 118. Or 12x plus 2 equals half of, let's see here, 242 minus 118 gives me 124. All right, so I know that 12x plus 2 is equal to 62. I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. I get 12x is equal to 60. And divide by 12, I get x is equal to 5. Okay, so one last example here. All right, what about this? Well, this feels like it's going to be crazy. It's really not. You got the vertex out. So to find the angle when the vertex is out, we're going to go big arc. Here's my big minus my small. Half of big minus small. So here we go. I'm going to write it all out now. I've got 4 plus 22x is equal to half of big 114x minus small. Now remember, you got to subtract each of the pieces of the small. So that would be minus 67x. And then instead of saying minus 2 there, it's minus negative 2, which would be plus 2. All right, so the first thing I see is I am not sure about distributing that 1/2. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply the left side here by 2. Remember, we can always do that. Now on the right side here, I have 114x minus 67x, which will give me 47x plus 2. I'm going to distribute. I have 8 plus 44x is equal to 47x plus 2. I'm going to subtract 44x, so 8 equals 3x plus 2. Subtract 2, 6 is equal to 3x, or I get x is equal to 2. So the key right here was, notice we can still write out that equation just by using that simple rule that we learned at the beginning, which is the angle is equal to half the big arc minus the small arc. If you have any questions, let me know. Good luck.